Gracelynn Lee, and today we will be making sugar cookies. So the first thing you need to do is to preheat your oven to 375. First, you need a 2/3 cup of butter. So we'll get that out. Next, we have to go to the microwave and soften it. And then it's done. We will pull that out. And now what we have to do is put the butter in a large bowl. And then next, we have to get a electric mixer, and you have to set this on medium. And you have to beat that up. Turn it off. And then next you have to add sugar. And then you need 3/4 cups of sugar. So we have to get the 1/4 cup out and put 3 of them in the bowl that you put the butter in. So you have to mix the sugar and the butter together. So that's 1. 2. 3. And make sure you get all the sugar out. Next, we need to get the baking powder. And make sure you read it correctly. So it says 1 teaspoon. Don't get the teaspoon mixed up with the tablespoon. Because I once did that and it did not turn out so well. So we want to get that right. And it says 1 teaspoon, okay? So if you have these, you will know because teaspoon is TSP, and then as you can see, tablespoon is TBSP. Put that in. There you go. And then next we need the salt, which is 1/4 teaspoon. As you heard what I said teaspoon, and it's 1/4 teaspoon. So get your salt. There you go. And then next, we will beat up the sugar with the butter, baking powder, and salt. And beat it at the medium high as you did last time. Make sure you get up all the sugar and all the baking powder and all the salt. Make sure you beat it up all the way. Because you don't want just a big clump of baking powder or you don't want a big clump of sugar within your mouth, or a big clump of just plain butter. So you want to beat that all the way up. Make sure you get all the sides. There you go. Okay. Then next we have to get, you need 1 egg. Okay? So we will crack the egg. Make sure you try to get no shells in here, because shells aren't good. Because whenever you eat into the cookie, you don't want to bite the cookie and there be a shell in your mouth. That won't be good. So you're gonna put the egg in here. If you can't open it, try to beat it again. Crack it, sorry, crack it again. Okay. So we cracked the egg, and make sure you check into the bowl and make sure there are no shells in there. Okay? And if there are no shells, then that's good. And if there are, make sure you use something like maybe a fork or a spoon, or like maybe even your fingers to get the shell out, because even if it drops in there, you just don't want to leave it in there. You want to get it out of there. Okay, so you have the egg, and then you have to put milk in there. And for the milk, it says 1 tablespoon of milk. Okay, so you have to get 1 tablespoon. And again, a tablespoon is TBSP, and tablespoon is bigger than a teaspoon. So if you put 1 teaspoon, then you won't have enough milk, and your cookie just might not, like, it might crumb, like, just do something. So you have to get a tablespoon of milk. Get your milk. It doesn't say a certain type of milk, so any milk will do. Coconut milk, cashew milk, almond milk, cow's milk, any milk. And there you go. There's your milk. Okay. And then we need our vanilla. So for the vanilla, it says 1 teaspoon. And so we need our vanilla extract. So 1 teaspoon. And as you can see, we used our 1 teaspoon for baking powder. So since you might not want vanilla, you might want to get like a towel or something, or a paper towel or anything, just to wipe off the baking powder. Okay, so we need 1 teaspoon, okay? We don't want to need a tablespoon because it's vanilla extract, and extract is really strong. As you can see, this is 1 teaspoon, and this is 1 tablespoon. You can see the difference, okay? So we want to use the teaspoon because it's an extract. So 1 teaspoon of vanilla. See if I can open it. Oh, here we go. And you always want to pour, if it's liquid, you always want to pour it over your bowl because you don't want to spill it. There we go. There's our vanilla extract. Okay, and then next we have to beat all that up, and you're gonna put it on the medium high like usual, like last time. You want to get all that in because you want to get the egg in, the vanilla, the milk, because you don't want I'm not done yet. I'm just gonna get a spatula to wipe the sides down. You always want to wipe the sides down of your bowl because it's like the sides, whenever you beat something of the sides of the bowl, that's just the part that just flings up. Whenever you beat it, whenever you mix it together. And then those sides, whenever you scrape it and put your cookies into a ball, it's just ingredients just on what you started with. So in our case, butter. So just plain vanilla that hasn't been mixed in is on the butter. Just plain egg. So you always need to scrape the sides of your bowl down. We're gonna beat that again. If you see any parts of the butter, of like your mixture, if it hasn't been mixed in, keep mixing it. We're gonna scrape the sides of our bowl. Okay, so then we have to get our flour. So what you need is all-purpose flour or pastry flour is fine. Okay, so our flour, we need 2 cups. So we're gonna get the cup. And as you can see, there's no 2 cups, so you have to get a 1 cup and use it 2 times. Okay, so and then what it says is we have to beaten as much flour as you can with the mixer. So what it means by that is you don't want to just dump it all in there at the same time, like 1, 2, and then mix it. What you need to do is maybe put 1 cup in, then mix it, then put 2 cups in, or you can put a little bit of that 1 cup, then finish off with that 1 cup, and then put a little bit of that 1 cup, and then another one. Okay, so you just don't want to put in 1 cup and then another 1 cup at the same time, and then mix it. Sorry about that. So we're gonna get our flour. Okay, so we're gonna put a little bit of our flour in. Okay, and then we're gonna mix it. Make sure you're careful that the flour doesn't go everywhere. And as you put in your flour, it might start to get a little tough to work with, but you still have to mix it if there's more flour in the bowl. And then we're gonna get our spatula. And I have a spatula, but you can use a spoon or something like a spatula that's like this, that's flat, to scrape it down. Okay? Then we're gonna get our second. Okay? 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 So let's mix it up again. It's gonna start to get thick, but don't stop mixing it. Don't stop it. Okay? Okay, we're gonna scrape the sides. Okay? I'm gonna scrape off the dough. Okay, and so, so if you need to, you can stir in any remaining flour that's in there. And then we have to divide, so if necessary, you can cover the dough and chill it for 30 minutes until it's easy to handle with. So with our dough, it is kind of not easy to handle with. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna cover the dough and chill, okay? So what you need to get this right here. Like some of this, like plastic wrap, you need to get it and cover it and chill it for 30 minutes. Hi, and welcome back to making sugar cookies. So I am back here, and as you can see, I took out my dough, and So you need to flour your surface that you're putting it on. So make sure you use the flour that you were using to make the dough with. That's what I did. And make sure so you have to flour your surface. And if you want to, you can flour your rolling pin. So you get a little bit of flour and make sure you flour the pin on a surface. Like, you don't want to just flour it on the ground because that won't be good. Okay, so there's that. Get the flour off, get my hands. And I'll set that flour to a side. And so we're gonna roll up the dough. So here we go. Wait, so rolling it. And make sure whenever you roll the dough, you don't wanna get it everywhere. Like, you know what I mean? Well, I do, yeah. And so we're gonna do that. And as you can see, it's like sticking a little bit to the rolling pin a little bit. So if it does, then you can just use your hands to press it down. The reason why we have to flour our surface is because like the dough will like stick to the surface you're using. So you don't want that to happen. And as you can see, the dough will still be a little doughy, and that is okay, because it's dough. Dough's doughy. And so it'll be a little bit doughy, and that's okay. Okay, I'm gonna grab my pan. It's over here. Set it right here. I'm gonna move this out of the way. And let's set it right here. I'm going to do a couple shapes, and then the rest, I'm not going to do shapes, okay? If you need to, you can keep pressing down your dough. So, I have tiny, medium, and big stars. So since I'm doing both, I'm going to use the tiny star. Okay, and so whenever you use like cookie cutters and that stuff, to use shapes in that, you want to do it a little bit, to start it off, you want to do it towards the edge, so that what you can do is you can just press it down and then slide it out, instead of doing it like in the middle, and then getting all the dough out of the way. So you should always start it at the edge, like the close to the edge, and then move the extra dough out of the way, pull it out, drag it over, and then you want to press it out with your thumb, or like any way that you can get it out. I use my fingers to press it out. And there it is. There is the star. You can see it. Okay, and I will do a couple more. I'll probably do maybe about 5 or say. And if they don't work, then start over. Get a thing of dough. I'll use this side as an example. Get a thing of dough. Move. And I'll use the knife. Move some dough out, move the extra dough out the way that you don't need. Come over here. Press it down. It's okay if they turn out sloppy. They're cookies. You're gonna eat them. It's fine. Well, there are professionals in the world. Sorry. There are professionals in the world, but I'm a kid. I'm 11. I'm not a professional yet. So it's okay if they're sloppy. is I'm just gonna get pieces of the cookie, get a ball, and just roll them up. Roll them up like normal cookies, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna remind you, make sure you spread your cookies out. So, and like, here's what I'm gonna do. Spread it out. Spread them out. Because if you don't, then they'll just be stuck together cookies. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and open the oven. Okay, so now we have to set a timer. Our timer, we have to set them, it says they're gonna take about 7 to 8 minutes. Okay, and it says 7 to 8 minutes or until the edges are firm and the bottoms are very light brown, okay? So we're gonna put a 7 to 8 minutes. So you're gonna set a timer, 7. So we're gonna put 7 minutes and start, okay? So they're gonna bake. Okay, there you guys have it. And I will see you guys soon for when the cookies come out. Okay, so the cookies are out of the oven. As you can see, it's lightly brown around the edges, and that's a good thing. Okay, so what we're gonna do is you need something to get the cookies up because they're hot. And you'll also need a cooling rack to let them cool. Okay, and so what we're gonna do is, what you also might need is you might need like an oven mitt or something to make sure that you don't burn yourself, because since it's like slippery, you might need to hold it. So you'll get this and then get it, and then you'll set it right here on the cooling rack. And there you go. We have made sugar cookies. And if you want to, you can make an icing or frosting. I'm not going to, but if you want to, go ahead. Thank you guys so much for joining me on making sugar cookies. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye.